Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Deadly. I'm making this video to discuss a hot topic in the DayZ community surrounding the perpetual kill on sight and PvP that goes on the coast and the lack of players in the north. I've been reading a lot of different opinions from all sorts of content creators. I won't name them or specifically quote them word for word, but they've taken a stance that the problem with kill on sight and coastal warfare has nothing to do with the game, but has everything to do with the player base. This, in my opinion, is completely false, and I'll tell you why. Players don't need to go north right now. Due to patch 0.57, there is absolutely no incentive for players to travel deep inland except for roleplay, northern PvP, or exploration. My viewers know that I love the north. I've done the Gorka, Novi, Stary, Vereznik, Northwest Airfield run so many times over that they're probably sick of it. I also enjoy playing on the coast whenever I'm unable to find players in the north to interact with. Blaming the player isn't the answer. In 0.57, you have military loot in almost every single major city on the coast that is spawning abundantly. Guardhouses always have lots of AK-74s, SKSs, ammo, vests, pistols, attachments, and more. In addition to guardhouses, military UAZs and Humvees both spawn in or just outside most coastal cities, and both these locations are abundant with military loot. And that's not all. Military MP buildings, also called jails or camo buildings, are also really popular and not far off the coastal spawns. One is just west of Svetogorsk, one is in the town of Dubki, and there's also two in Bolota. You can also find common weapons such as repeaters, Winchesters, CR527s, Mosins at hunting stands. These stands are littered around the coast, and they also almost always currently right now contain hunting scopes, which you can mount on pretty much any common gun right now with a rail. Not to mention that ammo can be easily found from these hunting stands, and also crashed vehicles, mainly the green cars and the blue cars. It's everywhere. Players will always go in the path of least resistance. If someone can get more equipment looting these local areas rather than going up north and spending hours running around in what seems to be an empty wasteland, you can't blame them, and nor should you tell them that they are playing the game incorrectly. The truth of the matter is it's simply down to the current state of the build. Think of a mouse going for a piece of cheese, and he has two options. He can either run in a straight line and get a piece of cheese at the end of a tunnel, or he can traverse a very difficult maze to get that very same piece of cheese. Which way do you think he's gonna go? Let's also talk about helicopters. There have been static helicopters in the stable branch now for the last couple months, giving no incentive for exploration to receive the reward from helicopter loot at all, whenever players on the public Hive server can just server hop on low pop to get some of the most rare weapons in the game, the SVD, the AUG, and other things. A common rebuttal to this would be just play on a private Hive, but not everybody plays on a private Hive, and nor should they be forced to. Okay, the average player in this game most likely plays on a public server, first person or third person. Come on, let's be real. They can play whatever they want, and they shouldn't be forced to have to go to these private Hives to have a good experience. Military tents and barracks also seem to be really weak this patch when it comes to loot. I don't know about you guys, but when I go to Vereznik, I always opt to go to the guardhouses and the crash tanks for my gear first, not the barracks or the jail. It's much easier for the average player base to get the loot they are seeking on the coast. It's also much easier for the players to find each other on the coast for interactions, and players don't have any challenge to survive on the coast either. So knowing all of this information, it's really easy to see why so many players are opting out of playing in the north and preferring to play on the coast. It isn't a problem with the player base. It's a current problem in the game that will most likely be fixed in the future when persistency is re-enabled and the loot problems are fixed, especially with the guardhouses and other locations. Now let me talk about my current playstyle. Although what you're seeing right now in the footage is some guardhouse looting, I will only go there if I spawn in either Berezino or Cherno. If I don't, I tend to go up north because that's where I like to play. I know the area very well, and whenever you engage another squad in the north, it just feels really good. And you can play DayZ at a relatively high frame rate, which I really enjoy. So don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to defend people who only play in these cities. I'm just trying to get some understanding for people who can't seem to fathom why so many people are playing in the coast. That's my opinion on the situation, and again, I don't have anything personal against those who share a different and very passionate separate opinion on the matter. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this on Twitter and in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. My name is DeadlySlob. Make sure to check out my live streams every single morning starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more DayZ videos.